Hello, everybody. Good Sunday evening instead of afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Make sure I'm on. There we are. Okay. So, usually I do a video at 3 p.m., but today I had to make it 7 p.m. as I was busy at 3 p.m. I am currently directing a musical, and we had our Tech Sunday today, so that was this afternoon. So I wanted to make sure that I still did a video because I had some ideas I wanted to share with you. But first, make sure you say hi when you pop on. And I forgot to say my name. My name is Amanda Bach, and I am from Bach Star Stamping, and thank you so much for joining me. Today is the absolute last day of Celebration. So Celebration ends today. There are so many great products in this catalog. The Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, I did a video on that, but I just wanted to show you a quick and easy way you can use it using some different sides and on Rococo Rose with some old olive ribbon, quick and easy. And this is from that Happy Thoughts stamp set that I just love so much. All right, what else we've got? We've got donkeys. We've got the Oso Ombre paper, Approaching Perfection stamp set, the Corner Bouquet stamp set, Heal Your Heart stamp set, which I absolutely love this, thank you. Flower and Field Designer Series paper, which I have used so much. And then those were all $50, so you got to pick one of those for every $50 you spent, and the last two in the catalog are for every $100 you spent, which is A Touch of Ink. Sorry, I have to clear my throat. Which I just got a birthday card ready to send to someone, so let me show it to you real quick before I send it. Using A Touch of Ink. All right, so I used our new blending brushes and did some outside. I found this design on Pinterest. This is not my idea. I used Blackberry Bliss and Bumblebee and the double oval punch, again with the Happy Thoughts. But this is the A Touch of Ink stamp set, which I love. And I used some of the Oso Ombre paper on the inside. I can't remember who I got this from, but that is an idea I found on Pinterest. I'm sure you could find it if you look it up. And then the last one is the Berry Blessing stamp set with the Very Delightful Designer Series paper. Now, if you do place an order over $300, you also get this Punch Party stamp set for free, which I have been using. Love it. All right, and today is also the last day to join and get 5 packs of Designer Series paper for free. So not only do you get to choose $125 worth of product for only $99 plus free shipping, you get those 5 packs of paper. So if you have any questions, just let me know. My email is boxstarstamping@gmail.com. All right, so let's get into what we are. Oh, I wanted to just say one thing. This week, the wonderful Butterfly Bouquet bundle collection, it's got a lot of things in it, that has this butterfly die cut in it. Brilliant Wings, I believe is what that one's called. That is available this week. So next week I will make sure I do a video using this, and so give you some more information on it. All right, next, I'll show you the products we are using tonight from our mini catalog. Today we will be using the Dandy Garden, some of the Dandy Garden suite. All right, it is located on page 25 of the mini catalog. And I'm going to show you this paper, the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper. It is 12 sheets, double-sided. So there are 24 different designs. Love it. So it uses colors. I have to cough. Oh my goodness. All right. So we've got Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight. So it's got, so those two are almost the same, just a different background. Calypso Coral, and this is the Misty Moonlight. What was there one? That was just a second ago. There we go. So those are similar, but also different colors. We've got just the Misty Moonlight stripes, the Calypso Coral, little dandelions, These are like dandelion fluffs, but you know, you blow on and make a wish. Cool, just geometric design with Misty Moonlight, little bumblebees, which are really easy to fussy cut. And in this stamp set, the Garden Wishes stamp set, there's also a bumblebee, so it coordinates with that as well. Lots of dandelions, because it is the Dandy Garden Suite. Now this one you can use to punch out these dragonflies. And then a bumblebee stripe with that on the other side. Okay, I realized this was my only sheet of this one left. I have used so much of this and these. I had to find this was my last sheet of this, so I need to get some more. All right, so that's the paper we're using. The stamp set we are using is going to be this one, the Dragonfly Garden, and it comes with a punch. It comes with a punch that punches out either of those, plus a little dragonfly that you can punch out just in a solid color or however you want. All right, so I'm going to show you the card we're going to make kind of tonight. Oh, hold on, there was something else. And we're going to use this stamp set as well. The Handsomely Suited, but I'm just going to be using this sentiment, the A Happy Birthday to You, because I like that and it fit perfectly on the die I wanted to use. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Let's get started. So I saw this design on Pinterest from a demonstrator named Joe Blackman. I believe so, Joe Blackman. Yes. Anyway, I cased her card. I did make a few changes. Helps if I turn it the right way. She used some splatter technique on the back. I used the little dragonflies from the stamp set, this stamp, and soft seafoam, and just created some little dragonflies in the back. This is the top of the floral image that I just used the largest of the stitched ovals in the Stitched Shape Dies collection. All right. I colored the dragonfly using my blends. I believe I used Granny Apple Green, Light Bermuda Bay, and no, I did not. This is Bermuda Bay. This is light Granny Apple Green, dark Pool Party, and light Pool Party. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And then for these dies, what I used are two dies from the Hippo and Friends. The smallest and the second smallest. And they actually nest, but I chose to not do that. And I used the A Happy Birthday to You in the Memento Black, Memento Tuxedo Black. And these little sequins, I love these little sequins. I used 3 different sizes. Now I'll show you where they come from. They come from a Wheel of Time sequins in the annual catalog. And I always use my labeler, and I label what colors are in there. So let me open these and show you how cool these are. Okay, so we've got Pool Party, Pacific Point, Just Jade, and then the little seashells are Flirty Flamingo. I try to use these as often as I can. I think they are just gorgeous. So I used some glue dots and stuck those down. And then a little strip of the Granny Apple Green. There we go. So I'm going to make a different version of this, a little bit different, because I wanted to use the designer series paper. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a card base of Mossy Meadow, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's my usual card base. It's an A2 size card base here in America. I know other places use different dimensions. Okay. So that is nice, and actually we're going to make it go this way. My matte layer, I decided to use Blackberry Bliss, and it is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So I wanted a little bit of the Mossy Meadow showing. Then I used my basic white. No, I didn't. I used this size paper, which is, let me just double check. Yep, it's 5 by 3 3/4. So it's going to look like that on the front. All right, so there's my base, if you will. All right, so what I did is I used the floral image from that stamp set and I put it on a piece of basic white, and I used my largest stitched oval die, and this time I colored it in the Blackberry Bliss blend. This other one, I used the Rococo Rose blend. But I decided since I was using Blackberry Bliss as my accent color that I would do it in that. Then I used Granny Apple Green blends, Dark Mango Melody. Now for these little ones in here and for the stems, I actually used my Stampin' Right marker because it had a thinner tip, and that was Highland Heather, and I used Old Olive for the stems. You can do whatever you'd like, but that's what I did. And then I positioned it so I liked it, and I die cut it. Now I'm going to adhere it in just a second, and then I'm going to go back and cut the end off. So don't think, why is she overlapping it like that? I'm just kidding. I'm just getting the layout here. Now I have some options for us tonight. I thought we could use the Blackberry Bliss ribbon, which is also in the mini catalog. We could use that. Not bad. We could use a strip of Blackberry Bliss, because that's similar to what I used in my first design. I used a strip of the Granny Apple Green. Okay, that does not look bad. Oh, choices, choices. Or we could use the Mossy Meadow linen thread that is in this sweet collection. Okay, I don't like that as well. All right, so now we've got a choice between these. Does anybody have any opinions? You know what else we could do? We could do this too. Ooh, let's see what that looks like. You know what? I just like that. I like that. So we're gonna do that because our Dragonfly will be adding some sparkles. So we'll just do that. All right, so as not to waste anything, since this is a matte layer, I will take my second to largest or second to smallest Hippo and Friends dies and take that from the center of that, and through the magic of television, what? I did that already. Okay, then I'm going to take a scrap piece of basic white. So far we've kind of got our card looking like that. And I am going to use my Mossy Meadow ink and the birthday sentiment, a happy birthday to you from Handsomely Suited. All right, now my Mossy Meadow, I don't know if it needs to be re-inked or what. It's kind of looking not amazing right now. I think I need to re-ink it. Okay, so if this doesn't turn out, that's okay. Let's just pretend that was awesome. Through the magic of television, what? Looky there, I have one already. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's gonna go there-ish. All right, now our Dragonfly. I want to show you how to color using our blends because I love them. All right, so I went ahead and last night, actually, when I was getting ready for this video, I went ahead and stamped one of the Dragonfly images in Memento Tuxedo Black. That way, you do want to give it a little time to dry. By a little time, I mean a few minutes, not like overnight or anything, but hey, it dried overnight. So I know it is plenty ready to color. So to color it, I'm going to be using Blackberry Bliss Light, Rococo Rose Light, and Flirty Flamingo Dark. So those are the three. And I use my label maker just so it's easy, so I know which color is which, so there's no confusion over what is what when I'm trying to pull them out. If you can hear me searching for something, it's because I already colored two of these, and I wanted to show you the differences. And I've already colored two of these, and they have flown away, these dragonflies. They have flown away. Oh my goodness, where did they go? I don't know. I don't know. I'll find, oh, there they are. Whew, okay. Good grief. Okay. So the first one I colored, I used the dark Blackberry Bliss And I used dark Rococo Rose, and I didn't like that so much. But I did put some, I don't know if you can see the shimmer. I did put a wink of Stella on them, and it's so pretty. So I'll save that for another day. Not right now. This is what I'm going to try to replicate for you. Well, I'll just do it. There we go. Okay. All right. So what I believe I did, and I did this last night, so see if I can remember. I used the small tip of the blending brush, not doing any sort of shading or anything like that. I am just coloring this little body here. Nothing fancy, just get it colored. Okay, I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo. I am going to come in here and do some of its wing. There is no exact science. I might have used light. I don't know. We're going to get a different dragonfly every time, aren't we? That is okay. Okay. I think I meant I should have started with the dark first, but that's okay. All right, then I want to do some Rococo Rose light. Yeah, I should have done that. Oh well, it's okay. I'm going to come back and kind of blend this area so the transition between the colors works out. I'm going to leave that lid off because I'm going to need it again in just a second. So might as well just leave the lids off. Okay. My light Blackberry Bliss, I will come in here. Add some on the tips. Okay, then I'm going to take my Rococo Rose and blend that together. Okay, and when it dries, you get a completely different effect than when it's wet, let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Okay, I'm going to give that a second to dry. Might as well just leave my stuff out here. I'm going to start with the dark this time because now I already did that. Ha! Okay, that's fine. I'll do the other side the way I meant to do it. Show you what I mean. Oh well. And there's no exact line that I'm stopping at or anything. I'm just going. I'm just going. All right, blend those two a little bit so the colors just blend into the next one. Do the end on this one. And you can make these dragonflies whatever color you want because it's your creation. You can make them whatever. I want to go back up there and do a little more right in there. All right, give that a second to dry and it really does change. So on my first one that I did, you can see I did the light on the outside with the darker color on the inside. And then when I made this one, I decided to change it up because it's my card and I can do what I want. So this time I am going to start with the dark because that's what I meant to do. All right. Add some dark. Well, it's actually the light Blackberry Bliss, but the darkest color. And my next darkest color, drag some of that ink in as I make the next one. The two kind of blend together. So I got to give it a minute to dry before you decide if you really like it or not because it dries, it changes. Okay, and my Flirty Flamingo dark. And again, on the, where they overlap, I'm going to do a little bit of blending. Ooh, a little more blending up here. Okay, now we'll start and do that last one. It's getting there. Look at it. It's getting there. All right, and that's how I do it. You can do it however you want. I love our blends. I don't often worry about shading because I'm not a super amazing, artist when it comes to that. But I do feel like every time I use the blends, I have a successful time at it. I think they're just beautiful. And the more you practice, the better you get. I think I did 5 or 6 of these before I kept one that I liked. Okay, and I kind of went over the lines with my Flirty Flamingo, so that's okay. I'll just do another layer of Rococo Rose here, and I can see it. All right, I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put my lids back on since I'm done. coloring. Okay, so there's my new one. And now I'm going to add Wink of Stella to give it the shimmer that this one has. Okay, so Wink of Stella is like a glitter brush, and it just adds a little bit of shimmer. It also, I think, deepens the color of whatever you're putting it on. And it is so pretty and sparkly. All right. You can go back and hit it with a few layers and make it super sparkly. I'm probably just going to do one today. To get your ink, I guess there's ink in here. No, it's just glitter. I don't know. To get the Wink of Stella out, you give it a nice little squeeze. And then it comes out. But you don't want to keep squeezing while you're coloring, because then it'll get too wet and can ruin your whatever you just spent time coloring. There we go. All right. Next, I'm going to take my punch. Take my punch. We're going to punch it out. Now, I had originally used something, a bigger piece, so let me tell you what I use whenever I have a piece of paper that's too small for the punch. Usually I have a tiny piece of Post-it note here, but I don't know where that went, so we'll just use my big piece. That's fine. You just stick it on the back like that. Gives you better control over your image since it's so small. So when you stick it in there, you have control over your image. All right. Get it all lined up. Get it all lined up. Sorry, I got to tilt it this way to make sure I don't have it wrong. Ah, there we go. Okay. There we go. See how that works? All right, and then I go on the back of my Dragonfly and take off the Post-it note backing. There we go. That gave you control so you could use the punch and make it look nice. Okay, so since I've done 2 of them, I can pick which one I like better. You know what? I like the one I did last night better. So I'm going to use that one right now. I just wanted to show you the coloring technique that I used for that. All right, so it's almost time to assemble our card. So get it out here. So what I did to kind of give it some dimension is I put my fingernail right there, and I raised that right like that, and I raised that right like that. Gave it a little bendy bend. Okay, so when it lays on my paper, it will have its wings sticking up. Okay, so I don't want to put it on my base yet because I need to cut. I want to put my base way over there, so hopefully I will remember to not just adhere it straight to and then be like, oh yeah, I wanted to, oops. And then it would be too late. Okay, so put this on my matte layer. I do like Mossy Meadow. There we go. All right, so over here, I'm not going to put glue right in here because I'm going to cut that part off. Okay, so I want it right about... Oh, what did I just do? No, I need to put this on. Good grief. You can hear my dog snoring. I'm sure you can. It's been a rough day for him. You know, probably didn't get all his naps in today since I was gone. He's probably just laying at home worrying about me. Poor guy. Poor guy. All right, there we go. Whew, almost forgot. Now I'll put this puppy on. Whew. Okay. Thought something was missing. There we go. There we go. Okay. And for this, I'm not going to put glue at the very top because I'm going to cut that part off as well. Do it about like that. I like to use my lines on my grid paper and make sure I'm getting things straight. And then that will go right there. Actually, I want to put that on dimensionals. He is totally snoring right now. Let me give him a gentle nudge so he stops snoring. Hey, stop snoring. He lays under my craft table, so he's you know, quite sprawled out. I should have used big ones on this one, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead, since I have my dimensionals out, so it's going to go there. I'm going to put 2 on the back of my Dragonfly as well. So one up here and one there. And there's my Dragonfly. Okay, I'll put him over there though. Notice you can see through, right? Always make sure you have like a piece of scratch paper or something you don't care about underneath when you're coloring with blends, just so you know it doesn't bleed through on your favorite, you know, grandma's antique table or something like that. All right, so I took my back ends off. Happy birthday to you. Okay, now I'm gonna go this side like that. Take some scissors and go right like that. See what it does? And same thing with this one. There we go. All right. So it's a way to use your dies in a different way. Instead of using the whole thing, you know, snip a little bit of it off and give a flat side. I think it added some texture. So thank you, Joe Blackman, I believe was her name, on Pinterest. So you can find her sample there, and it's going to look similar to this one, okay? She used these colors-ish. And I was like, you know what? I want to use the paper. So I came up with this. And it is very gorgeous. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Now to put our dragonfly down. And then the outside is done. Okay. So I'm going to put our dragonfly right about there. How pretty is that? Can you see the sparkle and shine there? So shiny. All right. Now for our middle, we're just going to keep it simple. What I did is I took the same size Black Ray Bliss and then a basic white of that, which is 5 3 3/4, yes. And I'm going to put a little strip of another piece of the designer series paper. So what I get sometimes is these 1/2 inch strips, and I don't want to throw them away. I stick them on the inside of my cards to make them a little more pretty on the inside. I always like to try to do something on the inside, even if it's just a little strip of paper, if it's just like another little dragonfly on the inside, just to make it special. All right, and then I'm going to do this. Just a little bit of glue. Put it right like that. You can tell it's not quite even, so I'm going to shove it over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, I can hear him snoring again. Poor dog, he's just exhausted. It's rough being my dog. I know. All right. There we go. And there is our card. Now, there we go. Whoa, made it worse, didn't I? There we go. So I wanted to point out the February host code. So if you place an order in February that is under $150, please use that host code when it asks you for a host code. If your order is over $150 this month, well, for the end of today, you would get 3 celebration items, or 2, depending on what you get. You also would get a free gift from me, which this month is the Artistry Bloom sequence. And then if your order is over $150, you also get, you would get at least $15 in free product. So make sure you use that if your order is under $150. So thank you so much for watching. Here are my projects for today. Again, this is the Handsomely Suited stamp set. And this image and the floral is from Dragonfly Garden. And the DSP is Dandy Garden. And these dies are from Hippo and Friends. And this is our largest of the oval stitched shapes. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and share, and go on over to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe there as well. I appreciate you watching so much. All right, bye-bye.